They have made an arrest in the Tupac Shakur case. Here's what's interesting. Now, this is like the third time I've done this. I pick a subject that I want to do a drunk tarot on, and it ends up becoming very prescient. So it was like right before I did Manson, or right after I did Manson, and I had no idea this was coming, one of the girls got paroled. Girls, I mean, she's an old woman now, but you know what I mean. I decided I wanted to go back to both Biggie and Tupac in 2024. I'm already designing my 24 content, and I did a reading. Now this is killing me. So I did a reading maybe last week before for 2024. I do them all really early, and then I go in and I edit and I do all sorts of things. But I did the reading, and I was adamant. You'll see it in 24. You'll see it. I'm going, this was a hit on Suge. This was a hit on Suge. Tupac. It was not Tupac. It was not Tupac. So today, Suge Knight says in, I believe it was Washington Post, says in the article, it was a hit on me. And I'm going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So now they've made an arrest. Suge says he won't testify, but he also says that guy has nothing to do with it. The guy they arrested didn't do it. Let's see where it goes. So I did 2 readings for 24, and that's going to be out in long form content at thirdeyechampagne.com. That is a member content. I did both Biggie and Tupac, and Biggie really didn't talk to me. Tupac was talking. I mean, it was just massive mediumship. And he's been talkative before. I've talked to him before. He was talking, and he was very adamant. It was not a hit on me. It was not me. They were after. It was Suge. It was Suge. They had beef with Suge. It was Suge. It wasn't me. The Justice card is here, but they don't have the full story. So we do have that tells me he's going to be in court. He's going to go to court, but the peace of mind card is here. I don't think this guy's going to get convicted. Davis is his name, I think. Interestingly enough, we have 2 women at the root of the reading, so I'm not sure what that's about. I can get into that. They don't have all the information. There's secrets. They can't see things. They don't know where they're going. The Fool card is here. They're going in the wrong direction. I mean, this man may have been involved somehow peripherally in this, but I even honestly kind of wonder about that. He claims he was in the car. He was the one that handed them the weapon. I mean, he's making all these claims. I feel like the evidence they have that ties him to this is kind of flimsy. Nothing about this feels rock solid to me. And I'm kind of at a loss as to why they would bother with this. I don't believe this man is telling the truth based on these cards. I do not. So here is the death. Here is multiple people involved. And this is the sneaky card. I don't believe this man is telling the truth about his involvement. There's something about it, it's not right. He's not telling the whole truth. We have secrets here. We have strongly guilty here. So for me, it's saying, okay, the guy is guilty of something. But whatever he's saying publicly, whatever he's saying aloud, it's not true. He's not giving us the full truth. He's only giving us pieces of truth. So the fact that he says he was involved, I don't know. I think maybe he was involved because we do have the guilty card here. But as to what he's saying, I am adamant. I will tell you this. This was a hit on Suge. It had nothing to do with Tupac. But if they hit him, they didn't care. I'm telling you, this was not, people are saying, oh, Puffy did it. And Puffy didn't do it. Puffy's not the murdering type. Sorry to tell you, he's just not. And nothing to do with the first attempt when Tupac was in New York. Nothing to do with it. Although I think those people were associated with them. Like they were like, yeah, we know who shot him. But they didn't perpetuate it. They didn't say, oh, he's going to be here. He's wearing a lot of jewelry. You guys should show up. It was just one of those. And I don't know how much Biggie knew, but I think he knew enough that okay, I know who did it. And he wasn't okay with it. He was not okay with it. I get that. But he knew. He knew, oh, so-and-so did it. And he's thinking to himself kind of like, I mentioned it to this guy, and this guy's kind of shady, and they robbed him. You know what I mean? Like, it's that. Like, he's kind of going, oh, yeah, shit. He was involved. I see that here with the Lover's card. He was involved, but he's not telling the whole truth about it. I don't believe that he pulled the trigger. I don't see that here. I would see that here, and I don't see it. But he was absolutely involved. but it feels more minor. This was also money. They were paid to do this. This wasn't revenge. There's money involved here. It wasn't Puffy. It wasn't Biggie. It had nothing to do with this East Coast, West Coast thing. This was a personal beef, a personal situation. That's it, period. Poor Tupac was collateral damage, period. When Tupac comes through, his energy is so beautiful. It's such lovely energy. I know he was convicted of certain things back then, and not the nicest things towards women, obviously. But the energy that comes through is really nice. It's really nice. It's very present. It's not, sometimes, you do mediumship. Well, if you're not a medium, maybe you don't know. But sometimes I do it. Let's put it that way, my experience. And it's kind of like, well, I can read them, but they're not talking to me. Or I'm getting like some portion of their consciousness, but not the whole thing. Like when I did Elvis, it was kind of like he was resting. He was in the resting place. He couldn't talk to me, basically. It was kind of like, I'm over here doing this thing. With Tupac, he comes through so quickly, so easily, so clearly, always talkative. And he talks fast. And still very much in the personality of Tupac Shakur. I am going to be doing a Drunk Tarot deep dive on Tupac and Biggie next year, but I also have 2 little videos coming out on them as well. So again, I filmed those before this guy was arrested. My nephew's best friend's father, I'm not trying to pull a Nicki Minaj here, I swear. My nephew's best friend's father was his doctor in Las Vegas. I found that out this week. This guy's he's gonna get convicted, I think, of something, but I don't think it's gonna be murder. I do not. It's piecemeal. Also, we don't have the full story. I mean, they're very clear on this. These cards are very clear. So here's your conviction. He's gonna get convicted of something. But it's super piecemeal. It's super piecemeal, and I don't know why all of a sudden it came back up. I'm not really getting anything clear on that, but it's kind of like, you guys, you're not seeing the whole thing. You don't have the full story. This guy definitely had something to do with it, for sure. But we still don't have the full story on what, where, and why, in a way. We don't have it. The police don't have it. We're never going to get it definitively. But I do certainly hope that justice is served so that Tupac's friends and family, 30 years later, can get some peace. If you enjoyed this video, you can find more like it at Third Eye Champagne.